Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 5th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. What a glorious day it was yesterday, and I'll tell you, today looks to be like a repeater. I was reading that NOAA, N-O-A-A, just upped their hurricane forecast for this year, and we'll have to see what George Young from DCMD VA Weather has to say, how that might affect us here in the DMV. He'll probably have that tomorrow. Well, it is Thursday, and we are in the home stretch for the week, so let's get into today's news, shall we? We have the unfortunate details of the missing boater from Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday, just after noon, NRP, Natural Resources Police, located the body of 21-year-old Sebastian Buevlas. Apparently, a small sailboat was towing a kayak, and Buevlas was attempting to board the kayak without a life vest when he fell into the water. Two others that were on board the sailboat did enter the kayak, and that subsequently flipped, putting them in the water. Neither of them were wearing life jackets either. They were picked up by a passing vessel, and it's a tragic story that very easily didn't have to play out quite like this. The County Health Department has weighed in on masking, testing, and vaccines at schools in Anne Arundel County. Now, these are only guidelines and do not have much teeth, as the school system itself and all private schools will make their own determinations, but these will likely play into their decision-making. Masks. All students, faculty, staff, and visitors in K through 12 grades should wear masks indoors. Outdoors is fine without a mask, but for those that are unvaccinated in crowded settings, think a football game, a mask is recommended. Testing. They recommend setting up a testing program with the Maryland Department of Health COVID Task Force to test all students, faculty, and staff periodically, with elementary students being tested weekly. And as for vaccines, they reiterated that it was available for free for all people 12 and older, and they do recommend that anyone who is eligible for a vaccine to get it before the start of school. And as a reminder, masking is now required in all city, county, and federal government buildings starting today. The post office followed the feds a few days ago, but the county and the city start today. Governor Hogan does have a COVID update scheduled for 2 p.m. this afternoon. On Tuesday, he said that he was not considering a statewide mask mandate, and I still am not sure what he will say today, but again, I suspect that some restrictions may be on the horizon. The case rate does keep going higher and higher. And I wanted to clarify something, or maybe add something to a story that I mentioned the other day about the elimination of Dock Street's tent and reduction of their recovery zone down at City Dock. The city says that they are only doing this because their recovery zone was taking up a travel lane and not parking spaces. They did say that the recovery zones have all been changed throughout the pandemic, and they have, although the current configuration has been there for a while. But it is not against Dock Street, but the need to get the road opened. Speaking of opening things, the Anne Arundel County Public Library changed up a policy. They used to charge for a meeting room in all their branches. Now, that's not the case any longer. And you also used to have to do this really convoluted application process to reserve one, and that is not the case any longer. They are now free to use and can be reserved online 60 days in advance. I've been able to sneak into two of the rooms at their West Street Library to record podcasts recently, and they are really great. Officially, they are taking reservations now, but the rooms are not available to reserve until September 7th. And finally, as if I needed another reason never to visit Ocean City, Maryland, shark attacks. A 12-year-old Pennsylvania girl suffered 20 cuts and bites that required 42 stitches to sew up. She was standing in knee-deep water and didn't realize what had happened until she ran out. The ER doctor did confirm that it was a shark bite based on the unique bite marks. However, as one might expect in a tourist town in the summer with a shark, Ocean City says they're looking into it and consulting experts. Somebody ought to make a movie out of that. That sounds like an outstanding plot. But you know who does not have sharks attacking 12-year-old children? The Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park. That's who. So take your family out for a shark-free time tonight to their Tides and Tunes concert. It's technically free, but they do ask for a $10 donation. They will have food trucks. They will have bars. They will have beer and drinks. They'll have a great vibe, but most importantly, no sharks. They might have a crab or two, but no sharks. That's important. Davidson Exchange is bringing the tunes for the 60s and 70s, so make sure you bring your dancing flip-flops. It gets underway at 7 p.m. Okay, that's it for the news today. And if you are a fan of our Saturday Local Business Spotlight series, and you should be, up this weekend you will see Citizen Pride. And make sure you let your favorite businesses know that we're doing these and tell them to reach out to us, or we'll reach out to them, because they are completely free. A quick thank you to the 4 sponsor for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, Rehab to Perform, and MacMedics. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes, and of course, George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather report. All of that gets underway in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners, like yourself, are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, August 5th. Yesterday worked out great for the Annapolis region with some bonus PM sunshine and very comfortable temps throughout the day, as clouds hung tough most of the day on the Maryland Eastern Shore and rain fell much of the time from Salisbury to Ocean City. But temps will start to warm today and will be back into a hot and humid pattern by Sunday. Look for sunny highs today in the mid to upper 80s for most, followed by more sunshine in upper 80s to maybe lower 90s in spots on Friday, with 80s on Saturday to kick off the weekend with a small chance of some rain throughout the day, before sunshine and 90 degrees for most on Sunday, which will be the beginning of the next heat wave for the Mid-Atlantic region, as we will likely see humid temps in the 90 to 97 degree range each day through at least next Wednesday of next week. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting MacMedics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. MacMedics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. MacMedics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. MacMedics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit MacMedics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service, and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call MacMedics at 410-757-MAX. which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at MacMedics.com. Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Project Steam Maryland Summer Camp for 2021 in Owings Mills is winding up their last week next week with painting and photography. There's still time to get in on the fun. Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road has some knitting classes coming up. On Saturday, there's Learn to Knit a Pint-Sized Sweater that runs 3 Saturdays starting this Saturday. And on Monday, their beginning knitting class continues. That's running every Monday in August. Classes are held after hours in their shop, and they're limited to 4 people to keep things safer. And registration is open for their one-off Decoding Charts class, Learn to Knit a Weekender Sweater, Unraveling Ravelry, and their Christmas Stocking class later in September. And if you need some help, check out their knit coaching sessions on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at various times of day to best fit your schedule. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing English Muffin breakfast pizzas again. Tomorrow there's Vino 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 and Bin 201 wine tasting, cooking with wine. And Monday through Wednesday next week, they're doing a Young Chef's Culinary Camp. At the Ray of Light studio this week, today there's About Face, a drawing workshop, drawing just facial features. Tomorrow there's Paint Your Pet, they draw it and you paint it. And then on Wednesday there's Sunset Clouds, a watercolor class. At Art Farm this week, the summer camps continue with Fearless Girls Photography Camp for advanced and returning campers, as well as their Nature Art Camp, both next week. In addition to their summer semester, check out their upcoming camps and workshops, such as their Outdoor Sketch Nights and Photography Lighting Workshop. At Clay Bakers in Annapolis, Monday they have both a hand-building clay open house, as well as a ceramic clay wheel-throwing open house. At the Benjamin Banneker Museum in Park and Ellicott City, on Sunday, check out their Colonial Series Beeswax Candle Workshop. Watch how the candles are made, then make one for yourself to take home. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, on Saturday, there's Ask a Master Gardener. Next Monday as well as next Wednesday, there's a Makerspace open house at the Bush Annapolis Library on West Street. Monday, check out Monthly Mixed Media, Open Air Art Making, an open arts and crafts session inviting knitters, painters, crafters, sculptors, photographers. All are welcome at the Odenton Library. On Tuesday, there's a virtual Instant Pot cooking class online, doing low-carb and keto meals. On Wednesday, there's What is Volvel? Learn about Volvels, and craft a bookmark using your newfound knowledge. And lastly, on Wednesday, there's a virtual cookbook club, Mystery Ingredient Challenge. And all next week, check out Create a Backpack Name Tag or Charm at Discoveries, the library at the mall. Also check out the library's various book clubs, story times, trivia nights, and specialty programs like free and confidential HIV testing, healthy eating on a budget, American Red Cross blood drive at the Bush Annapolis Library, as well as the AAMC Bloodmobile at the Edgewater Library, great movies discussions with 2017's Lady Bird, Be a Street Smart Kid, the Dog Days of August with the SPCA, as well as family yoga. And if you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And remember, whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Did you know that home values jumped over 10% on average in 2020? And we are expected to see more increases over the next 3 to 6 months. What's causing this rise in value? First, limited inventory. We have about 60% fewer homes on the market right now than we did the same time last year. Second, low interest rates. People can afford more home right now, and that is very appealing. Third, increased buyer demand. We literally have over 20 interested and qualified buyers waiting for the right home to come on the market, and we are not alone. If you were ever thinking of timing the market just right to get the highest price in recent history, your time has come. My team is available and ready. Give us a call today. We'll check your home's value and break neighborhood records.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.